Radio guy Mike Prince. Welcome to another segment of the Mike Prince Show as we continue on with our Getting to Know You segment of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers football program. Our guest today will be none other than Associate Head Coach, running back coach, and recruiting coordinator for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, none other than Brother Mark Frederick. How you doing today, sir?
Doing great. How about you, Mr. Prince?
I'm doing just fine, man. A lot of titles, but I say it's a lot of responsibilities with it. Before we get too started, we pray that you and your family are doing well in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic, and hopefully everybody is safe where you are.
Everybody is safe. Thanks for asking, and I hope everyone is well with you also.
Yes, sir. Everything is good. And part of this, Coach, now I know you've been there in the beginning. We're, as they're going to say, we're going to turn back the hands of time just for a moment. And we're going to reintroduce you to some of PV Nation. Not all of PV Nation has had the luxury of hearing your voice before or even knowing who you are on the sideline. So we're going to give you a chance to tell your story, how you ended up at Prairie View, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, long story short, let me see how I can put this. I played for Coach Richardson at Southern University, where Coach Miller, Coach Dooley were assistant coaches at the time. I had an opportunity to be groomed under them. I started coaching there in 2006, along with our new offensive line coach, Coach Niven, and our defensive line coach, Coach Miller. So I'm very familiar with the staff. The linebacker coach, I actually coached him at Southern. So small world, everybody got to work together. I left. I went up to Missouri for 5 years. Coached at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Came back to Southern University. Then Coach Dooley got the head job at Prairie View and asked me to come on with it. It was a no-brainer.
Your title, of course, is associate coach, recruiting coordinator, and running backs coach. I know in that pecking order, that's the roles and responsibilities, but which one would you say has the heavier load for you at this time?
The heavier load is recruiting coordinator, in my opinion. I think Coach Dooley has put together a great staff. So, kind of associate head coach, some days he has to go and do things, and he actually have an assistant head coach as well. So, he leave one of us in charge, and we just, carry out the day-to-day operations when he can't be there. But as far as the recruiting coordinator, man, it's a non-stop 24/7 job. So that one carries a lot of weight with it.
Okay, so being that recruiting coordinator, of course, with the challenges that we have right now, what are some of the creative and unique ways that you see that you're able to try to get your assignments done in a timely manner?
Well, we're actually on Zoom. We're using Zoom as a staff. We meet as a staff on Zoom, and we actually watch and share recruiting film on Zoom. So we get to watch the guys working from home. We rank them. The guy we think that can help us and see fit in our program, man, we offer them. At this point, we couldn't go out and spring recruit because of the COVID-19, but still have to get the work done. Guys still need to know that we're interested in them, and coaches and players are sharing film with us all the time. So we're constantly evaluating film, and we're constantly calling guys from the office and stuff like that.
All right, we're talking right now with Mark Frederick, coach. We're going to call coach because we'll lose off one of them titles, but he's a multi-hat coach under the staff of Eric Dooley for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. And you just talked about the uniqueness of recruiting using the Zoom and this, that, and the other. Is it safe to assume, Coach, that with this time of the COVID pandemic striking across the country, you could possibly sneak a player or two because other teams might not have been able to go and see a particular player? Are there any instances like that that can be being beneficial for Panther Nation at this time?
Well, I can say yes and no because, man, social media has made it so easy for a guy to share his film to other coaches, and he can always be seen. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he can hide anymore. Guys can get their film out to thousands of thousands of coaches just by sharing it on Facebook and Twitter. And for us, yes, Texas is big. We got some guys in our backyard that hey, we wish we could hide, but coaches come in here, coaches recruit this area very hard, so we just trying to do our best to make sure we don't leave no stone unturned.
Yes, sir. Now, it's ironic that you would mention that Texas is big. You try to protect the backyard. I've heard other coaches say this, so I'll ask if you've been facing some of the same challenges. It's extremely challenging to get into that coaches circle of high school Texas coaches if you don't have some sort of Texas DNA. Have you experienced the same thing?
Well, maybe in some cases, but the guys have been very receptive and open to us since I've been here. I know every school we go into, they coach come on in, they welcome us in. They roll out the red carpet for us. They try to sell their guys to us just as well as I guess the FBS programs as well. But having Texas ties help, and I think by us adding Singletary to the staff, I think that's going to be a huge addition for us because he is a Houstonian and man, he got a lot of success and is very well known in the area. So I think that's going to help us as well in the backyard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, you went back to how you guys grade and rate players. Could you share with us how do you tally up your ranking system to make an offer or decide to make an offer to a young guy?
Yes. Several things go into consideration. First and foremost, grade. Is he a qualifier? Does he have the test score? And can he get accepted into Prairie View? That's the first thing we look at. And the second thing would be, can he play? Can he fit into the scheme of what we're doing? You don't have to be a 4-star, 5-star. We just want a guy that can come in and fit into the scheme of what we're doing and help us be successful on the field and off the field, in the classroom. High character guys. We want guys of high character. And we want hard-nosed football players, guys that don't mind grinding, doing a little extra work to help us get over the hump that we're trying to get over.
Okay, so when you look at that, and I know there have been some strong numbers the last 3 seasons. I think it was 27 first year, 25 the next year, and then I think this year was at 14 were signed. Mm-hmm. It's almost like herd and catch, though, once these guys get through the threshold to keep them all together. What are some of the behind-the-scenes challenges that you see that once you recruited and got them here to keep them here?
Well, I must say that Coach Dooley has a great system in place as far as making sure these guys put the class. And one promise that he does make to parents is, hey, in 4 to 5 years, we're going to get your son across that stage and send you back a better man than you sent us. And I think he's been doing a great job of that. We've been graduating guys. We'll have, unfortunately, we won't get to March this spring, but we got several guys that's going to graduate this May. So keeping the guys focused, letting them know, hey, we brought you here to get an education and play football. So the student athlete goes hand in hand. And Coach Dooley, he sticks to his word. I mean, he tracks them guys. We does class checks and study hall and stuff of that nature just to make sure they stand on track. So I think once we get you here on campus, I think we're doing a great job as far as keeping them guys motivated, getting them across the stage in 4 to 5 years.
Okay, very good. We're talking right now with Mark Frederick, Associate Head Coach, Recruiting Coordinator, and now we've got to put on that running back coach hat. You got that hat on right now, Coach?
Got that hat on as well.
Okay. Now, Dewanye Tucker, I guess you walked into a blessing, into a gold mine. How
Mm-hmm.
special was it for you to coach a guy like that? And we know you don't replace a guy like that overnight. Well, what did you learn, and what were you able to help enhance his game on while you had the chance of coaching him?
Man, when I first got here, guy walked into the room. Hey, I'm the one you Tucker. I'm gonna be your starting running back. I'm like, wow. Okay, very confident young man. Man, just having an opportunity to coach the one year. I mean, he's everything you want in a football player. He's everything you want in a son. I mean, he does everything by the book. He works hard. He don't just talk it. He backs it up. And that's on and off the field. I mean, small in stature, but, oh, man, everybody respects him. Everybody want to follow him. He was a leader of the team, and everything he did, it showed on Saturday. Everything he did, it showed on Saturday. So it wasn't a surprise. Like, oh, man, look at this run, look at that run. He did it every day in practice. So we knew what we had. Our biggest thing was to try to keep him healthy. And it was up to the other teams to try to stop him. So, man, I was blessed to be able to coach a guy like that. And we have a really good relationship. So, I mean, hopefully everything works out as far as the next level. But I know for one thing, he didn't have no doubt after a Saturday night game.
I know that's right. What did you learn from him, Coach, that you could try to apply to the next set of backs you'll get to coach?
Never let anyone tell you what you can't do. Don't let your size or anything of that nature be crutch as far as, well, Coach, I can't do this. We don't use that word can't. So I learned that from him, and, man, his will and want to, it was just second to none. He didn't want to be outworked by anybody. He didn't want to lose anything. Even a talking contest, he didn't want to lose. So, man, he's just a great guy to be around. And believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? He's very spiritual. And Coach Dooley stands by that, the spiritual side first. And that goes hand in hand with the one year. And I was talking with him throughout the year, and every year we've been here, just keeping his head on straight and leading him in the right direction.
Very good, very good. Now, a fan favorite, and I got to admit, I like to watch him run too. He was electrifying. We didn't get a chance to see much of him, and that was Brother Goodwater. What's his background story?
Goodwater, track athlete, out of Dallas, went to Kansas State. When we got here, he wanted to transfer in. He transferred in and showed great promise early on. Ran into the injury bug. Matter of fact, he returned the touchdown versus Alcorn. That was homecoming, and his shoulder popped out of place. And the shoulder kind of bugged him throughout the season. At the end of the season, he had the shoulder surgery. He's finally back healthy from that. Had a few hamstring nagging injuries, but now he's finally healthy. And, man, I am excited about it. I have 3 great running backs, I think, in the backfield, and we signed one as well.
Now, if we had to start today, let's say you went through your spring sessions and everything, would you feel comfortable right now to give us your depth chart for running back?
Yeah, I feel comfortable. And the good thing about my group, they understand. And I think the guy, Christian Mosley, would have the edge right now. He's another home run hitter. And if he get a crease, I don't see why he wouldn't take it the distance. He's probably faster than Tucker, but just probably is more shiftier than him.
Okay.
It'll be Mosley, Goodwater, then true freshman Ahmad Antoine. Will be the top 3.
Okay, now Antoine come with some real high stakes and promises, man. Tell us a little bit about him if you could.
And that is a steal. We got a steal out of New Orleans. I had been tracking Ahmad since his sophomore year. I knew who he was. He went to Edna Carr, 3-time state champion, man. It's just, get an athlete like that. Coach Miller done a wonderful job building a relationship with the mom and dad. And that's going to be a promising. He's going to be a promising athlete for this team. Once he slow the game down and just play football, I don't see why he don't rush for 1,000 yards a season going forward.
That's exciting to hear, and hopefully we'll have some, as I say, some heavyweights up front to open them lanes for him and make life a little easier for him.
Man, that's a good thing. We returned, I think, 4 out of 5 starting linemen. We actually got 8 guys that can play. So I think we got a good group up front. It's just exciting to be able to coach behind a group of guys like that, where you can teach your running backs, hey, man, he's going to get his block. Just trust it, stick with it, and let everything else take care of itself. I'm very confident in the O-line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're talking again with Mark Frederick, the 3-1 associate head coach, recruiting coordinator, running back coach for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. This will be year 3, and I know it's looking sketchy right now, Coach, but what are your contingency plans in the event there is no football to get ready for the next season?
We haven't even thought like that. One thing Coach Dooley does is to keep us, focus on the task at hand, and that's making sure our guys are still attending class, even though it's on Zoom, making sure they're doing their study hall stuff, just trying to keep them focused on their academics right now because they're not in the classroom setting. As far as the season, man, we have a plan in place. Dooley laid out a plan for whatever day we report back. This is how we're going to get it started. This is what we need to do. Our strength coach is very involved in that, so we'll be ready. Whenever they say, hey, y'all can return, we'll be ready to go. I'm excited about the season. So, just pray to God and hope everything works out in a timely manner and hope it go ahead and ease his own way from here.
I know that's right. Say you didn't wreak enough havoc, gone back from wherever you come from, but leave us alone, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, well, Coach, I want to appreciate you so much, man, for making time with us on today. And we have a custom here on the Mike Prince Show and the Open Mic Broadcast Network that will give our guests some closing words, thoughts, and comments. And the floor is now yours, sir.
Again, I want to thank you for having me on the show, giving me an opportunity to speak on behalf of the Prairie View A&M University football team. Coach Dooley, the head coach. It's going to be an exciting year if we get on the grass this year. I know we scored a lot of points last year. We still didn't get the end result that we wanted, and that's to be SWAC champions. And the third time is always the charm, in my opinion. So year 3, I'm excited about what we're going to do, what we got to bring in all 3 phases of the game. And if you haven't already, get out, buy them season tickets, come out and support your Panthers.
All right, my friend, very well stated. Football coach Mark Frederick of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, associate head coach, recruiting coordinator, and running backs coach, carrying 3 hats, 1 basket. As they say, he's a bad man. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I want to thank you guys for joining us on today. Don't forget our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are all at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network, and our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And until the next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.